Hey, what's up guys? Mambo here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Minecraft thumbnail that looks pretty OG pretty easily. So what you're going to need Cinema 40. I have R16, but I'm going to be using R13 since a lot of people have older versions and because I'm used to both. And then you're also going to want Photoshop, and I'll show you all these graphics packs and shit later. So what you want to do first, you want to set up some good render settings. For thumbnails, you do not need it to be 1080p because it's only going to be like a small little, like it's only going to be like a square like this big on YouTube. So you don't need it to be 1080p because it's not going to be that big. So 1280 by 720, you want it on current frame since you're not doing an animation. You want to go to save, you want to click an alpha channel, you want to do PNG. Let me show you by the way. I'm going to show you what type of thumbnail this is going to be. This is going to be like the type that is a most popular one. This is what like most people do for thumbnails. This could be one like this, like that, or like this one. Computer, why are you so slow? But anyways, yeah. It's going to be one that has like, you put the Minecraft background and it's not actually having a Minecraft world in Cinema 40. So anyways, alpha channel PNG because you don't want any background. And then file, choose wherever to save that. I'll just put it on my, no, I won't even put it on my desktop. I'll put it on in my pictures. My computer's being super slow right now. It's kind of annoying. Okay, tutorial. Post. I usually save the renders without a background as poses, and then the actual thumbnails will just name it whatever the thumbnail is. Then multipass, anti-aliasing, go to best and turn min level to 2x2 and max level 4x4. This just makes edges look cleaner and straighter on the Minecraft character. You don't really need these for animations and stuff, but because it's actually makes render times a lot longer, which you don't need, but just for renders and stuff, they don't take that long anyways. It's good. So then effect, okay, effect ambient occlusion, evaluate transparency, and then you're gonna want to double click that black and make it like a dark gray, just because it makes shadows a little bit softer and nicer looking. Then effect global illumination, then irradiance cache, low, and low. If you have a newer version like R16, you're only going to have record density to low, I think. Stochastic samples is somewhere else. So you just want to switch the 1 to low, whatever one there is. And then you go to here, and then you see that like, see these gray bars. Whatever is in the normal looking gray is the thumbnail, whatever isn't in this dark gray, which is in this dark gray, isn't in the thumbnail. So yeah, let's just keep that in mind so you don't accidentally cut something off. And then window, content browser, wherever you saved your rigs. I saved mine in presets, which is where most people put them. And I'm going to use FMR4 since it's free and a very popular rig, and also a very good rig, to be honest. Okay, and then I will give you some about posing and stuff. So some tips with FMR4. My computer's going so slow. You want to turn wrist off just because fingers in Minecraft honestly look like trash to me. I hate having fingers in Minecraft renders. To me they look gross. And well, they look gross for every rig unless you're using like Hyper Rig or something, but that rig is gross too. And then now that that's disabled, you want to make the eyebrows bigger, just because bigger eyebrows look nice. So you want to click on it, click the scaling, and then don't die, computer. And then I can actually do it for both. Come on. So if you hold down shift and then click something, it selects it at the same time. And then I'm gonna hold down shift, oops, start dragging that. If you hold down shift while you're dragging it, locks it at intervals of 10. I'm gonna make it like 250. I'm gonna drag this out a little bit, like 120. There we go. Just because bigger eyebrows look nicer. And then you know, I get these, this, and this. You're gonna want to move them up just a little bit. So like move it up to like 1.5. No, less than that. Move it up like 1. And same with this. Move it like 1. Just because it looks nicer on the eyeballs. Yeah. And a lot of times I like moving the pupils a little bit further apart because I don't like them being too close. Like this much maybe. Yeah. Just makes his eyes look a bit nicer. And then let's get into posing. I'll be doing this for like a SG thumbnail for Steve. I'll do it. So you want to like bend his arm up. You don't want to just use these because it's kind of annoying to use and stuff. Using these arrows and stuff where you can select 2 axes at a time is actually really helpful. So do that and then rotate it on the I forget what axis this is, like H axis or something, I don't remember. And then you're gonna want to put a tool on him. I'll give him a oh, why did I do pickaxe? I'll do a sword. Give him a sword. Actually, his eyes look a bit too big here. You can press E to go to the move tool quicker. There we go. Okay, and then get this here. Since that arm is forward, you want to make this arm not as like swung forward. I guess I don't know how to say it. Pull that out a bit. And then you're gonna want to make him looking up to the side a bit. See if you like grab between this, it just like grabs it like a ball and just spins it. You could also rotate it manually. Or not, well, either way is manually, but you can rotate it with the axes. I kind of like using the ball. And then twisting this a little bit. And get the eyes, which is the smaller square here, which is the little square right here. And then just move it up to the side of it. I was about to switch my layout to my custom layout, but I'll just keep it on standard because you guys probably don't have or I'll keep it on startup because you guys probably don't have a custom layout. I might teach that in a thumbnail later. Then you want to let me maybe like make his legs a bit spread apart. That's a bit too much. Just a little bit. Spread apart a little bit. Drop his hips some. Like rotate these some. Just so he is like a bit of a wider stance. And then you can make him look mad looking by like selecting this and like making it like go like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna rotate it. Select the whole eyebrow. You can just rotate it just slightly because the key of art is like simplicity. Make him look like kind of mad. This controls the edges of his mouth and then make it open a little bit. And then another thing which is really nice for animations, especially if you press R to rotate it and then rotate the square on the blue, then it pulls teeth closer and further. Make his teeth open a bit. And then I'm going to set a camera here. I'm going to go in the camera, set a keyframe. This isn't really necessary, but I just like doing this because then whenever I move, I can keep that pose, I can keep that camera angle easily. So now we're gonna add some lights. I always like adding lights instead of just letting Cinema 4D render out the lights itself, just because it looks nicer. So you want it to be to the side of him, whatever angle you're from. So for me, since I'm from this angle of him, I'm putting the main light over here. You want to pull it diagonal of him, and then you want to pull it up in the air, so it's lighting up him like a sun would do if a sun was up in the air over here. And then you're going to want to make the light a bit stronger, so change it to 110. You're going to want to give it a bit of an orange tint, just to make it look more like there's actual sun there. Again, you don't really need this, this is just extra things, but I think it really makes your artwork look nicer. And then you're going to want to add another light for behind him and underneath him. And then you're going to weaken this. It's like 55. And that is to just give it some like, so just to make sure it doesn't get too dark. Then this I'm going to give a an area shadow, and I'm going to make the shadow density like 60 maybe, and then make it a bit lighter. Then now let's just give it a quick render here just to see what it looks like. Okay, so all the shadows look good, but you could see that the sword looked like it was a little bit in his mouth or something weird. So you can just take the sword and scale it down. Or you could move his hand and reposition it. Or you could rotate his wrist, which is actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to select his sword too, so they rotate together. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to save it, Control S. Save it wherever you want. I keep a folder for them just because I like staying organized. So I have animations, and then I have inside the animations folder poses. So then thumbnail tutorial 2015, and then save it. And then once you make sure you have a save spot here, do the final render here, which is render active project. So yeah, that takes a bit longer to render than if you do it without lights and stuff, but it ends up making it look a lot nicer because it gives it shadows and it makes a more realistic feeling. So yeah, we're about to get on 1 minute in rendering, but I think it's worth it, especially because it's just one picture. And then you're going to want to make a new thing in Photoshop. You're going to want to make it 1280 by 720, RGB color, background contents, transparent, and then OK. And then that's how it is. And then you're going to want to open wherever you saved it. So I'm going to here, tutorial pose. Then you're going to want to open a Minecraft logo. You can just find on Google, just look up Minecraft logo PNG or Minecraft logo transparent, and it'll give you a, and then right click save as, and then it'll give you a Minecraft logo with a nice transparency behind it. So I like using this one. Just do Control A to select the whole region, then Control C, and then Control V to paste it. And then yeah, there's that. And then center it with the pink line in the center. I like having mine down a little bit. And then you can exit off this now. And I'm gonna make him up a bit. And I'm gonna actually make him cut off at this Minecraft logo. So so like the Minecraft logo is here, you could see part of him there, which we don't want. So I'm just gonna use the polygon selection tool and make a shape around his feet, and then make sure I have him selected and press delete. and then it'll be like he cuts off there. So I'm gonna go back to the move tool, select both these by holding control, drag this down like that. Gonna make him a bit bigger by doing control T and holding down shift and dragging a corner and dragging him back to the center, making this back to the center. Okay, and then I'm gonna add text saying actually, let me show you. So if we went to Prez Graphics Pack, these are the packs I recommend: Adam K Graphics version 5, Kool-Aid Pack, Prez Graphics Pack version 4, and Monk 7 Mad 5,000 subscriber pack. These two are free, and these are really all you need. But these are also nice things to have that I like using. So go to Layer Styles, and then all these nice fonts. I'm gonna select Silver. Do I already have this saved? I don't think so. No, I don't. And then blending options, and then click New Style, and then save it whatever you want. I'm gonna do Prez Graphics Heavy Silver, and then OK. And then here you can type whatever you want. Survival games. Use some dank font. Let's just use Pepsi because I like Pepsi. And then when you press Control A to select the whole text, and then drag the size down some, and then check the plus, and then put in the middle. Try to line it up in the middle here. There it was. I saw that pink there. This is close enough. And then go to you're gonna be on adjustments, I think, when you launch Photoshop. So then just switch to styles, and then scroll to wherever you saved your new style, and then just click on it, and it gives you this nice looking text without you having to do a lot of work. Then this distance I'm gonna make it a bit smaller by just clicking on the number and then using my scroll wheel. And then I'm gonna pick a background here for MCSG. I'll select let's see, I kind of like that one. Actually, I'm going to use this one. Yeah. Then hold down Control, click on the image, and then it's going to select the image. Click on the layer, then press Control C, Control V, drag it to the back, drag this to so you can see the whole image, and then filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Then it's going to just soften it up so it's not the main focus, but you can still see it nicely. And then you're going to want to get a CC. Another great thing I love about Prez Graphics, it gives a lot of good CCs. So here's the light CC from Prez Graphics. And then here's a Harsize. He makes a lot of dark ones that look really nice. A lot of very dark CCs. And then Claim Graphics makes a lot of nice CCs. These CCs stand for color corrections. If you look inside the folders, it just has a bunch of color corrections. So, what should I use? I might just use this one. So you click on it, then you want to go to Layer, Duplicate Group, and then select what you want it on. So we're going to put on Tutorial Pose, which is right here. Click OK, and then you'll see it over here. I'm going to drag it on top of everything. And I don't like that, in fact, so I'll just put it on the background. I'm going to make the opacity a bit lighter. So it just gives us some colors and some curves and stuff and makes it look a bit nicer. Let me actually try it on this. Okay, I'll just do that. That looks pretty nice. Maybe give this guy a drop shadow just to separate him from the background a little bit. Drop the size. It gives just him a little like bit of blackness around him. Distance a bit less. The opacity down some. Because again, like I said, it's the little things in art that make it look nice. It's not big like things that are popping out of your eyes and looking ugly and stuff. So then you want to do Control-Shift-S, which is also short for File, Save As. And you're going to want to save it wherever you want. You're going to want to save it as a PNG, or you're going to want to save it as a JPEG. I used to do a lot of things as a PNG just because it gives transparent backgrounds, but then I realized since thumbnails you don't have a transparent background, and JPEG saves smaller, why not just use JPEG? So that's what I'm going to use. So tutorial, thumbnail. Click save. It'll give you a preview of how big it's going to be. And click OK. And you can exit it off. No, no. And then you're going to want to go look and see how it looks. And then, whoops, wrong place. Customers. And then right here. So here's a pretty nice looking thumbnail. Pretty easy to make. Actually, it took a long time to make this video, but this is how you make a really nice thumbnail. You don't want it to look trashy because then that's what people will think of your channel. They'll think it's trash. And then another thing, the way to get thumbnails on your channel, you have to make sure it's verified. I went over this in the last thumbnail tutorial. So just look at like verifying YouTube account and YouTube verify. And then wait a second. So while you're logged in, click on YouTube verify, and then it'll say if you're verified or not. To verify, you have to put in your phone number or something, and you have to get a text and then text back the code. And then that just lets you you do videos longer than 10 minutes, and it lets you do thumbnails. But mine's already verified because I obviously have the dankest thumbnails in the world. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Hope you all learned a bit. Make sure to check out my design channel. I'll just put it in the description. I have intros there. I might do speed arts in the future. And then check out my website, which will also be in the description. And that shows off a lot of the art I have. So yeah.